is a great honor for us to celebrate the milestone that we have been able to make, for us to have this facility that we can call a home to business registration service, where we'll be able to provide the services, the mandate that we have been given. Let me thank the DG, who has been a team leader to coordinate the many moving parts of this project to see it to where it is today. Indeed, I want to mention the State Department of Public Works, who have really given us the technical support for us to be able to bring out what we can be able to see today. We want to thank you for your knowledge and your skills to have translated the vision of the board and the members of staff to the dream that we can be able to see today. I want to acknowledge the landlord and the contractors. At times when you are undertaking such a particular project, you find that there are very many things that all of us have to bend backwards to be accommodated. And I want to thank the contractors, the landlord, who has really supported us for us to be able to do this project this far. Finally, let me appreciate my colleagues who are here and those who are in Sharia House right now. That without your effort and without your input, we couldn't be here. And as we launch this particular facility, is one, to improve the work environment, which translates to productivity. And above all, should be able to enhance the service that we deliver to the public. And I look forward that as we settle down to this facility and the 16th floor that is almost done, that all of us will be happy that BRS will be able to deliver the mandate that it has been given.
From the word go, as some of the former board members have been talking about and laughing about, I have always had a corner office, even when we were in Sharia House. But the twist about this tale is that corner office that I had when I joined Chambers, when I joined BRS in 2016, was a corner office where I was with Duncan and Naomi, I think they can recall, where I was the one who used to receive my mail, I used to receive my visitors, I used to see people walk in and out, huku ni wapi, that kind of thing. So I used to be alone in a corner office in Sharia House, and BRS really was a place where we had to do a lot to really get things running. I do recall I only had one desk, one chair, and I used to be very careful about who I meet because I didn't know what people wanted. Those were the days that everybody used to come running for a CR12, and they used to hear there's a new guy who is working somewhere on the second floor. They want to go and find out exactly how they can be assisted, facilitated. The journey came from quite far. When we see what we have been able to achieve as an organization, it's been through the proverbial blood, sweat, and tears. A lot of effort has been put by the team that you see here. In their own quiet way, they know that the heat which they feel coming from management to make this work has been, of course, generated by some people who are standing on my right here, and the chairman as well, who really drum upon us the need to understand the why we are doing this. When we understand why we are doing this, as Mr. Tuki has said, transformation must be felt both internally and by what you see. If you see that we have achieved some high level of, what do we call it, modernization, it's the image that we need the public to perceive. That things are being done a bit differently. We used to have, of course, what I would call the olden day manual services where people used to interact with us to get paper moving, so to speak. Those days are long gone. We look at this environment like an open, transparent environment where, as I sit in the morning, I can see Mr. Otuke. Mr. Otuke can see me. If I'm coming to work at 11 o'clock, they need to know why I'm coming to work at 11. If I'm not turning up at all, they know, by the way, leo nini kama hayuko. So they can be able to play around. And as well, the culture of lazima tusalimiane every morning has also come about. Not the way you used to come in Sharia houses and duck into your corner and hope that nobody sees you until 5 o'clock and then again you duck out. No, here I have to walk in, I have to look at single person in the eye and say, hello, how are you? It doesn't matter if Mama Toto did not give me breakfast and I'm unhappy. I have to come and smile and show you that indeed we are a team and we must pull in the same direction. I think a part of what really we must say is appreciating that some of these things are journeys which are mapped by people who have a vision that needs to be implemented. It happened in 2016 coming forward. Today is a day that we can say we have managed to achieve something. We are not nearly there. We are saying it's a beginning. We are saying that once we get the full business process of engineering, the automation, when we talk about deployment of technology, the AI, which we are actually deploying currently in a chatbot that we are going to be rolling out, that we say BRS is a trendsetter. We want to show how things can be done, how they can be done well.
No, I got a call from the former Attorney General, and he says, Carol, you're going to see something in the Kenya Gazette. Look out for it. So me, I didn't even know Kenya Gazette. So me, I was looking in the Gazette. So I looked in the newspaper, nothing. Eventually on Friday, it came out that he had created this, and it was his vision. So one thing I want us to do is just first of all give a round of applause to Professor Gideon Muigai. He's not here today. But this was his vision. He was just like, you know what? I'm tired of being called to Parliament to answer calls about companies. So why can't I create and spin off? Because in other jurisdictions, it's an organization like a BRS. It was his vision, and his vision came to reality. The Solicitor General himself at the time came for our first board meeting. And he was saying, you know, one of the first things you have to do is delink. See, us guys were from private sector. We're like, delink, kitu kidogo. What do you have to do? He looked us dead in the eye and he said, it will take you not less than 2 years to delink. It took us 4. It took us 4. We thought he was kidding, but he was dead on the water. It took us 4 years to delink. And in between that time, there were so many stumbling blocks that were put in our way. But honestly, Jerry helped us. Where is John? John, with the ease of doing business. I mean, he was so fast in passing laws, because, you know, we work with laws. Sometimes we would see laws in, in the Kenya Gazette we didn't even know. We're like, Allah, where do you kumendaje? You know? So there's a lot of help that we got. Shella that you see here helped us drive a lot of risk and compliance, because she was driving the risk and compliance. Irene here helped us do strategy. When she's telling you that we drove around, we got into a car, we drove to Huduma centers, we were in jeans and t-shirts, to see how we were doing service delivery. We went all the way to the Machakos Huduma Center and meet with the staff who were from the company's registry. No one had the beautiful branded t-shirts that you have now. They weren't young, they weren't smiling. You guys were, my God. People were unhappy, sugu face. Because, and you know, the first, when we came in, the company's registry, some of them were operating in the basement. They hadn't seen light maskini. Yeah, it was bad. Then we decided we needed to recruit, because the previous administration was leaving, the previous registrar general at the time. So Jerry's was like, I know a young man, who can probably come and help us navigate and give birth to BRS, the proper BRS. Ken was our vision carrier. He withstood a lot of pressure from every single board member. Shella driving risk and compliance. Why are we not on top of this? Irene driving strategy. Why are we not on top of this? John here driving, where are we on the legislative agenda? You know, each and every board member. Then Mureu came on board and said, we want a building, we want to move out. Oh my God. That's why he's lost weight. This was not the Ken who joined. Significant growth. But team, I'm so proud of you. I look at all of you and just see hope. Hope for this country, hope for helping us achieve this vision. I wish you the very best. I cannot tell you how proud I am.
Today marks the official opening of the BRS office, a space designed to improve productivity and efficiency in service delivery, but also with the need of the public in mind. Allow me to quickly highlight other key achievements as follows. A total of 613, 760 business entities registered between the financial year 2015, 2016, and 2020 to 2021. That is 613, 760 registered businesses. Online payment system for BRS services has increased revenue collection. A total of 4,153,494,238 was corrected between the financial year 2015-2016 and financial year 2020-2021. That is hoping 4,153,494,238. That is a huge achievement. Online processing of applications and 70% automation of BRS services have been undertaken. 70% automation. Launch of the data verification exercise, that is RINCA business. This has greatly improved efficiency at the company's registry. Integration with the national databases, EPRS, KRA, NSSF, and NHIF. Movable security lines, that is the e-registry. Operationalization and management of the service by BRS. Drinking from the Office of the Attorney General, and new staff recruitment and reorganization of the registry. Improvement of transparency in business through enforcement of beneficial ownership information regulations, and resolution of insolvency through the enactment of the Insolvency Act and regulations of the insolvency practitioners. And now, where we start today, the rebranding and relocation of the service. I wish to thank the Attorney General, the Solicitor General, for the support they have provided to us to make all this happen. I most sincerely wish to thank the entire Board of Directors, both present and former members, for the active roles they have played in the achievement we have made so far.
Personally, I think I'm very, very excited because I know I was the pioneer. When he's talking in parables, I was the one who was pushing these square wheels to make it happen. And I'm so delighted that this morning, after the time when I left here, which was just an open shell, I could call somebody from that tent to DG's office, and it was all open. But I had this vision that we would like to see a working atmosphere. And I know I was just telling the DG and the board members, when Carol, my chair then, used to call me at whatever time, at 8 o'clock, James, what's happening? Asubuhi saa moja, James, how far are we? And then I would then cascade the call down to DG to Mr. Jones, and Mr. Jones to the relevant operators. And all this tells you that there was a team behind this. And you know, when in Mombasa they say, ukiona vihainea vimeundwa, somebody somewhere has sacrificed, whether it's the intellect, whether it's the ability, the physical efforts. The people who built this magnificent place have really had your welfare at heart. Now, who are the first beneficiaries of this beautiful place? Ni nyinyi. Now, what I've just told the DG here is now the next thing that the board, the chairman, need to consider is he should be given a big whip. When in the morning he says hello, and those who have not appeared, they appear in his office for kiboko, because you have no other excuse but to deliver.
I think I was the oldest in the board. Those of us born in the early 70s. And then the younger ones like former Chair Carol and the rest came into be. So I was privileged to be able to serve here since 2016. So I have the benefit of seeing through it all. And one thing I can say is, having been a number of public sector boards, I would say this is this was the most transformational board I've ever served in. Not only because the board members were transformational, but also the staff were quite the game changers, and I'll tell you why. I don't know how many of you know me, by the way, because as I said, I'm very low-key. I don't speak a lot. But I was fortunate enough to be driving the ease of doing business agenda for government. So I am the only one who came with unorthodox asks to the team that is you guys. And when I look back to the journey of how this happened, I can only look now and say, let's just say, wow. Guys, can you say wow with me? Wow. It is not every day that something like this happens. And as I know today, we're also going to say goodbye to, I think, one of the directors, Sheila. I think I'm also officially also hanging my boots from being a board member so that we can look forward to the future. Amongst the many accolades we have been able to achieve as a team and the transformational work, I will look back to BRS with one memory which I will leave, which is behind me here. And there's this small line here, doing business made easier, which we gladly did not patent, and which was the term or the acronym that we borrowed for the business climate agenda. So please don't get comfortable. They say to perfect is to change often, or just vice versa. To perfect is to change often, so you must continue to change. And don't think that how you have changed to now is what the future looks like. The future is how you will reimagine it. And I can't think of a better team to go through this. Ken, well done. And the team and the leadership team and all of you guys, a job well done. And Chairman, the shoes you are filling are quite big. We hope that you can also call us to celebrate other milestones in other ways, because this is a nerve center of how business happens in Kenya, and we'll be there to support.
I still remember Sharia House fondly. Ken talked about sweat, tears, and I was the tears.
Yes.
Right? I was asked to support the strategy from a board perspective and interacted with many people. And I was recalling today that I met a gentleman from a global organization who was supposed to support us in what we wanted to do. And the gentleman said we were going to benchmark against Uganda. I have never been so angry in my life, right? And today I think when Moses was showing us the tech center, I kept saying, this is not what Uganda is doing. And I'm glad that wasn't the benchmark that we put in. 6 years ago, to the day, my chair, Carol, and I were traversing Nairobi and Machakos County, actually seeing the working conditions for then company's registry, right? And so it was quite interesting that I was able to see that memory today and then come and see this. And I tell you the joy of seeing the smiles on your face and seeing that you've been given beautiful premises and seeing the excitement of doing amazing stuff to support this beautiful country of ours, because your job is very important, as it has been said by John. So please keep up the vision. I look forward to seeing you guys grow from strength to strength. And as for you, Ken, I have no words. Just well done.
BRS forms the backbone of the economy of this country. Without all of you, we would cease to exist, because you enable this country to grow. It's the economy that relies on you to set up their business, and you have made it possible. You've done extremely well. As Irene was saying, we joined together. We came from a long, long way. We had external pressures from external jurisdictions to make us do things which we did not want to do, and we stood strong even at that time, as we're standing strong now.
Ours now is just to move it to the next level. I think we've been given a privilege to stand here today and say, yes, we are BRS, and yes, we are going to do this for the Republic of Kenya. So let us all continue moving in the strides we need to take. I'm not here to discuss on, in the capacity of the AG. I think today we said is a very informal soft launch, but trust me, they know what's going on behind the scenes, and they've been really supportive, even if you don't see them day to day, but they are there, and they understand your pain points, and they are hoping and wishing you all the best, because you remain our baby. BRS remains our child as the office of the State Law Office and Department of Justice.
Me, myself, I found Caro and Sheila, and Njeri already on board. And it became very easy for me to just come in and help them in any matters they would want, in areas of finance, in areas of budget, in areas of any matter, PFM, public financial management, because that's our area.
Gone are the days when government buildings had to have cobwebs, okay, and broken chairs. Yeah. So those, I think, especially when I know some of our colleagues still work in that area. We are sorry. You know, when you travel, you see these other places, yeah, and you feel like, wow. Like a place like UAE, they've got a minister of happiness. Imagine. And I challenge DG here to start a department of happiness. People have to be happy. Who said that government offices, watu wakuwe na ile sura ya kazi? No ways. Yeah, so I'm happy I'm here, and actually I took this position from Mureo. If you don't know, Mureo is a Mombasa person. So vile ametoka, I think they said, wow, who can at least come, and these shoes are too big. We need somebody kidogo anaweza kuingiana hapo. So they brought me here, and I've taken over from Mureo as HR and finance chair, and we'll work together to make sure the vision Carol and the team had, we actually scale it.
It is now my honor and privilege to declare the office premises at 316 UpperHill Chambers officially open.
To BRS.
Office is looking good. It's awesome. It's awesome. We are happy to be here. We really like the place. We really like it.
The new office is magnificent, wonderful. We feel at home, and we feel motivated towards giving the service to public. And I think going forward, more of this development will come to bring forth the new world ease of doing business, especially in this Kenya.
Our new office, that's a very good change. Yeah, we are very positive, looking forward to work much from here.